Welcome back. This is Excel formatting part 2. Part 1 was pushing the limit there at 10 minutes, and so I decided to break it up. Quick recap, we typed 1 through 7. We were looking at formatting. So the formatting of this guy was general. Formatting of just text was also general, which I thought it should be maybe text, but whatever the case, it's what Excel automatically associated or assigned. And if you put in a date, it automatically puts a date. It's pretty sweet. So, when dealing with dates and time, it can be tricky, and I'm not sure exactly what you're doing. A specific example would actually help, but just so you know, I mean, it tries to assume a lot of things, and you can play with a lot of things too. So let's see what we're going to play with. I'm going to put in just an equals. I'm going to mirror this cell. So I'm just going to say equals this guy. Hit enter. And as you can see, I copied it over, right? But it's dependent. So if I change this to like the first, the other one will change, right? And then I just double click this guy down. So now these all match their neighbor. They're all dependent on their neighbor. And I'm gonna. Oh, so what I did. So okay, so I highlighted this, right? I hit Control-1. We'll look at their formatting, right? So you can under the date, they've set up some things for you, right? Some nice things for you. So I can say I like to view it like this. I want to see. Say I actually want to see the day. What day? And it shows up like this, right? So you can either manually pull it out or double click the edge. So I can see the day. That's kind of nice, right? You can also, Control-1 again, set up your own custom one. Now notice how they use these things. You see an M, right? Or, wow, that's the only one. I don't know where I stumbled upon this, and there's somewhere that defines it, but oh, you could go into custom. That's where you see it. So you could go into custom and see, you see a lot of like kind of crazy stuff, right? But it sort of knows these auto formats, and when I hit date and I click this guy, the actual formatting under the hood, if you will, that tells it to do this looks like this. So notice it says, this is actually a code that says figure out the day, and I don't, well actually this, I'm not sure. This is the day, 4 Ds, 4 M's means the entire full month, 2D means the number, comma, and then 4, right? So if I go back on this and hit OK, there, then boom, it did it, right? If I put these two Y's back and I say, instead of doing, you know, say I want only the 3-letter month, right? Let's do a 3-letter month. So you can do like some pretty custom, you can arrange it any way you want. Say I wanted it to be day dash 3-day month dash 2-day year, right? There they are. And it even is showing me a sample at the top. Say I wanted a 4-day year. Say I didn't want dashes. Say I just wanted it all munched together, right? So you can do some kind of cool stuff that way, right? So the same goes with like time. And time can be tricky. 5. So if I do this, I've set 2, and I'm going to pull them down, and because they're a half-hour difference, it's going to increment by half hour, right? Now, for simplicity's sake, it's going to default to a 24-hour clock, right? Because it just keeps ascending. If I keep going, it'll wrap over, right? So at midnight, or 2400 hours, it wraps over. It continues on. Whoa, sorry. You can do some of the same thing here, right? You can go hour, colon. So that colon is, we're actually telling it to be there. And notice we're under custom. You can say, hey, do AM, PM, right? If I do it to this one, only the cell change, not the other. So really you want to either select the whole thing or click the column. With that in mind, see how this goes off the screen? A cool way to select, take note of this, this is pretty sweet. If you arrow down, if you're holding shift and arrow down, wait, let's go over here. Hold on. JK. What is going on? Did I hit insert? Oh, I did. Scroll lock. See this down here? This is also an annoying thing. Scroll lock is on. Oh, some people take forever to find it. I've done it. It's bit me before. And now I'm actually trying to find where the heck that key is. There. Oh, thank you. So now my scroll wheel moves like it should. And my number or my arrows move like they should. Okay. If you're holding shift and you go down, you are now selecting multiples, right? And I can go over and select them and them, right? All like that, right? That's pretty sweet. Say that I don't know where the bottom of this row is. And I don't want to sit and hold down all day. If you hold in control, you go right to the bottom. The next one down is nothing, right? So control goes end to end. It's pretty sweet. See, it only jumped 47, but say this went, you know, to 1,000. I got like 1,000, you know, look at all those, right? I zoomed out so you can see it. There's thousands of these. And I don't want to manually, you know, go through and snag all those, so you control, boom, right at the bottom, control, boom, right at the top. Now you can do a combination of the two. Say I want to select every single thing and change all their formats. You can hold in control and shift down. Now I have every single one of them selected. Right? That's pretty sweet. Then you can go control 1. And I want them to be AM, PM. Okay. And I want to make sure they are all shown. So I double click this edge. Wham. Pretty sweet. So that's cool. I don't know. Sometimes there's some quirky things when you're adding time. Usually, as long as you're keeping it either military or AM, PM, and you're like adding 15-minute intervals or something like that, or trying to do a time card, usually it can work out. Sometimes you run into quirky things when you run over midnight because of the wraparound. In that case, usually you have to have it be you have to be tracking the day also. That's a good point too. This guy, even though it looks like a date, his time is actually there. He actually has a time. If we like this, day, see month, day, year, hour. So notice all of these guys, if you don't specify, it's just midnight. It's just 0 hours. So if you're ever adding things, and you're wondering where the time is coming, this guy always starts at midnight. Some other quick formatting things before we end this. I got like a minute. This comes up a lot in engineering and things like that, but say you're adding maybe temperatures, 32 degrees, 34 degrees, 80 degrees, 110 degrees. But I want it to say Fahrenheit. A lot of people will put F. I'm going to use the shortcut key there, which I can say later, but it was you hold in Alt and hit 0, 1, 7, 6, all while holding in Alt and let go of Alt, and then you get the degree symbol. Anyway, so a lot of people do this, right, so that it shows up, but it's kind of annoying because this column's now occupied. You can actually go in to the custom formatting. So this is general. I go custom. Here he is. He's still general. put in quotes, double quotes. So whatever you put inside the double quotes will show, but it won't actually be like used in addition or subtraction, right? So I can put F degrees, okay. Now these show up as 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and maybe I don't like it that tight, so I want that space. So let's put a space in front of it. Boom, so that's kind of nice, right? The really cool thing about this is I can still add them. So I'm going to use sum, left parenthesis. I'm just going to kind of highlight all of these guys. And then I'm lazy, I just hit enter and I let it correct, but you really should put a right close parenthesis and then hit enter, but I'm going to show you that it also will correct it. So you wouldn't really sum them like that, but it actually sums them and carries the unit down, right? Even though, you know, I mean, if I type 32F, 34F, 80F, and I try to add these equals the sum of these, it's giving you like a bunk number because it doesn't know what the heck 32 space and actual F is. This, because we did it in the formatting, it knows that it's literally just that. It's just formatting. It's cosmetic, if you will. It's a unit that's standing out there. So that's pretty sweet. I hope that this kind of gives you some idea about formatting, some easy ideas about maybe adding one to the next. Anyway, give me a specific problem. We can go over it further.